Good evening, everybody. It's just after 7 on a Monday night, and it's time to go wild. Welcome to the Time to Go Wild radio show here on Halton Community Radio 92.3 FM. We are also live across the internet on ws.hcr923fm.com/listen and on TuneIn. You can contact the show, radio@widnesworld.co.uk and via Facebook and Twitter.com/ttgw radio. You can contact us by telephone 01928 835 291 and by text 07716 672 874. Start your messages with TTGW. All messages charged at your standard network rate. I hope you're ready. It's time to go wild. I'm back. Hi, Doug.
Hi, his voice isn't back though.
Oh, no. No. We're very much in the Barry Whiteville.
We are, yes.
Yes. So,
going down.
Apologies for last week, but I was kind of flat on my back, basically sleeping because I had this severe bout of flu. And anybody out there, if you get it, this won't man flu or Cole's 5-day flu. It lasts for 5 days. This one, oh, evil. But no, we're back with Time to Go Wild here on Halton Community Radio 92.3 FM. Drop us a quick shout, 07716 672 874 for a quick text. And don't forget, it costs what it would cost to text your best friend. So don't worry about a big cost. Or give us a quick shout through Facebook, facebook.com/ttgw radio. Well, we've had a busy fortnight of things to do, so I suppose we better play a bit of catch-up, shouldn't we?
Mm-hmm.
Here we go. Okay, let's roll the scores all the way back to the 14th of February because we weren't able to present them then. Starting with the Elite Ice Hockey League. For the 14th of February, Belfast Giants 6, Dundee Stars 4, Manchester Storm 4, Coventry Blaze 3, Sheffield Steelers 7, Edinburgh Capitals 2, Guildford Flames 2, Cardiff Devils 5. The 15th of February, Milton Keynes Lightning 8, Edinburgh Capitals 2. The 16th of February, Braehead Clan 3, Fife Flyers 6. The 17th of February, Milton Keynes Lightning 1, Manchester Storm 4, Belfast Giants 2, Edinburgh Capitals 4, Braehead Clan 1, Coventry Blaze 3, Nottingham Panthers 7, Cardiff Devils 2, Sheffield Steelers 3, Guildford Flames 2, Fife Flyers 7, Dundee Stars 0. For the 18th of February, Belfast Giants 4, Milton Keynes Lightning 5, Nottingham Panthers 4, Braehead Clan 3 after overtime, Dundee Stars 6, Fife Flyers 7 after overtime, Coventry Blaze 3, Sheffield Steelers 4 after overtime, Guildford Flames 3, Manchester Storm 4 after a shootout, Edinburgh Capitals 2, Cardiff Devils 10. The 21st of February, Sheffield Steelers 0, Cardiff Devils 3. The 23rd of February, Dundee Stars 1, Nottingham Panthers 3. For the 24th of February, Coventry Blaze 5, Guildford Flames 4 after overtime, Braehead Clan 3, Dundee Stars 4, Manchester Storm 3, Cardiff Devils 1, Belfast Giants 2, Sheffield Steelers 1, Fife Flyers 5, Nottingham Panthers 4 after a shootout. And the 25th of February, Sheffield Steelers 8, Fife Flyers 1, Milton Keynes Lightning 5, Coventry Blaze 8, Edinburgh Capitals 1, Nottingham Panthers 10, Cardiff Devils 6, Belfast Giants 2, Guildford Flames 4, Manchester Storm 1. The EIHA Women's Premier League. Going back to the 18th of February, Chelmsford Cobras 1, Swindon Top Cats 3, Kingston Diamonds 3, Widnes Wild Women 1, Milton Keynes Falcons 10, Nottingham Vipers 0. And the 25th of February, Widnes Wild Women 1, Kingston Diamonds 5. The NIHL Division 1 North Morley for the 17th of February, Solihull Barons 3, Nottingham Lions 2 after overtime. Telford Tigers D1 1, Sheffield Steel Dogs 4, Solway Sharks 5, Hull Pirates 8. For the 18th of February, Hull Pirates 5, Telford Tigers D1 1, Blackburn Hawks D1 5, Solihull Barons 6, Dragons D1 3, Solway Sharks 6, Billingham Stars 1, Sheffield Steel Dogs 5, Nottingham Lions 0, Whitley Warriors 5. For the 23rd of February, Sheffield Steel Dogs 3, Hull Pirates 6. The 24th of February, Telford Tigers D1 4, Hull Pirates 2. Blackburn Hawks D1 14, Dragons D1 1. Solway Sharks 7, Billingham Stars 3, Sheffield Steel Dogs 6, Solihull Barons 0. And the 25th of February, Sheffield Steel Dogs 12, Dragons D1 2, Whitley Warriors 2, Telford Tigers D1 3, Hull Pirates 11, Solway Sharks 2, Billingham Stars 5, Solihull Barons 8, Nottingham Lions 5, Blackburn Hawks D1 6 after overtime. Moving to the NIHL Division 2 North Laidler, 17th of February, Hull Jets 7, Sheffield Senators 5, Blackburn Hawks D2 1, Bradford Bulldogs 11, Dragons D2 2, Sutton Sting 10, Coventry Blaze NIHL 1, Widnes Wild 5. The 18th of February, Sutton Sting 10, Dragons D2 4, Altrincham Aces 2, Hull Jets 3 after overtime, Widnes Wild 5, Coventry Blaze NIHL 2.
It's Doug Brown for Time to Go Wild Radio. I'm talking to Mike Tynan, team manager for the Widnes Wild, on our back-to-back games against the Coventry Blaze. How did they go, Mike?
It was a job well done, 4-point weekend, and you can't complain about that.
What about last night's game?
Last night it was great start to the game, a bit feisty at the end of it, but that's hockey. You've got to love a bit of feistiness in the game, and the boys just put in a basic hockey game, and plan came together, came away with a 2. Bit of a long distance journey down to Coventry, but always a bit of a strange place to play at. Always get a good welcome there from the home crowd, obviously. It's one of those, it's a weird rink we have to play at where they tend to segregate all the fans. Unlike every other rink you play at, they put them at separate ends of the same stand, but it's a game. We play it, we win. That's all that matters.
So Danny Bullock had 5 goals. He scored again, didn't he?
Yeah, definitely. He's had since he's come back from his injury. He's had a great comeback, and I say he's worked hard. Well, that's Danny for you. He works hard all the time. Always puts 100% effort in. So.
And Pavel got man of the match last night.
Yeah, well, what can we say about Pav? He sometimes goes in his little figure of eights, goes on his little mission at times, and but you got to love him. He's a cracking skater, and he outskates the vast majority of players on the ice. So
the person tweeting said he was taking the out of the defence.
He always does. If you've got that skating ability, you can just go around on your edges like he does. You've got to do that.
Yeah, he just relaxes, doesn't he?
He does. I mean, he can carry the puck, he can skate, he can shoot. What can we say? He's scored both games this weekend. So
he did, yeah. And tonight's game?
Yeah, tonight's game, obviously different kind of game altogether. Much more settled game tonight. Not as much feistiness. There's obviously a little bit of a tussle in the with Kyle in the end. I think it was the end of the first period. But
their player actually came off worse, didn't they?
Yeah, well, I'd say speedy recovery hopefully for the lad who played for the Blaze. He's had to go to hospital unfortunately with that face injury. But bit of a tussle. But I say it's hockey. That's what it happens.
And the team captain scored, I think, his 5th goal.
He did. It is a cracking goal as well from the point again. So Simon's doing a good job on and off the ice as a captain, leading by example. So.
Well, we're looking forward to Simon coming live on the radio because
I think he
scored 5 goals.
Yeah. Was that the promise?
And the bet was 5 goals and you come live on the radio.
Well, I think you're going to have to get him on the radio now.
We'll have to. So we'll have to get him along with another one of the boys from Sheffield.
Yeah, you're going to enter negotiations now with them?
Oh, we are, yes.
Oh, yeah.
So, Tom McDonald was stood in again tonight.
Yeah.
He always turns in a good performance.
He does well. Big Cat's always there. You call upon him. And I mean, all three goalies we've got now. We've got Matt, Baz, and Tom. They'll put in the shift when they need to. They'll play their hearts out, and they're there for you. So
MVP well deserved for him tonight, then.
Yeah, I mean, he's only taken two goals on him. First game in a while, so you got to take your hat off to him for that performance.
I think I interviewed him in his last game, which is quite funny. So it came out in the week that we're hosting the D2 playoffs.
Yep.
So how do you feel about that?
Excited, really excited. And they puts a bit of added pressure on you when you're the home team. Everyone, no matter where we are in the league, everyone always wants to beat the Wild. It's just something about us. We're a team who, I don't know, people are not jealous, but everyone looks up to you and they look at this team and it's like, yeah, we got the Wild. The Wild visit us. We want to beat them, but we've got the playoffs in our backyard. Yeah, let's take it and let's get back-to-back playoff championships.
Yeah, well, it'd be good. It'd be really good for doing that. And hopefully we'll have a strong partisan crowd.
We will do. This place will be packed, I think. So last time we've seen crowds all that was probably the D-side game a couple of years ago.
Oh, we had 700
for that game, and I got a feeling that we should max that, I think.
Yeah. So hopefully it will all come together and be a great weekend for everyone. Thanks so much.
No, you're welcome.
Cheers, Mike.
Good
Thanks for your time.
Thanks.
Cheers. Thank you.
Well, we're not finished yet on the scores. We got this week to go. 24th of February for the EIHA NIHL Division 2 North Laidler. For the 24th of February, Sheffield Senators 4, Telford Tigers D2 6, Bradford Bulldogs 1, Altrincham Aces 8, Hull Jets 5, Coventry Blaze NIHL 0. And for yesterday, the 25th of February, Sutton Sting 8, Sheffield Senators 4, Dragons D2 4, Bradford Bulldogs 13, Telford Tigers D2 6, Altrincham Aces 5, Coventry Blaze NIHL 2, Hull Jets 5, and Blackburn Hawks D2 2, Widnes Wild 8. And not finished there, because of course the Winter Olympics were going on, and the final scores came in the women's game, the 3rd-4th place playoff. Finland 3, Olympic athletes from Russia 2, giving Finland the bronze medal, and in the final game it was Canada 2, United States of America 3, so USA gold, Canada silver, and Finland getting the bronze in the women's game. For the men, in the 3rd-4th game, it was the Czech Republic 4, Canada 6, giving Canada a bronze. But the final, the big crunch game, Germany 3, Olympic athletes from Russia 4, after overtime. So the Olympic athletes from Russia were earning themselves a gold medal, with Germany getting silver, Canada the bronze in the men's game. A bit of a difference from what a lot of people probably would have predicted. Well, some interesting results there.
What you want about, the Olympics or Laidler D2?
All of them. All of them. Some really, across all of the leags. It was...
Should we do the Olympics first, then we'll go back to the league?
Yeah, let's talk Olympics.
Yeah, I think the Germans were unlucky. I saw them in the semi-final. They played really well. Canada, I saw one of the most cynical takeouts I've ever seen in a hockey match.
I've seen some cynical ones myself, but...
Number 7 for Canada scored a goal. I think it was probably his next shift. He came back on into the middle of the ice and just took someone's head off. It was just... He didn't even wait to be told to go off. He just turned around and walked.
Maybe the other player had been rude.
Probably, yeah. Probably understood German, I don't know. But no, it was an interesting match, and I saw the thing from the Olympic Committee that said that as long as the Olympic athletes in Russia don't have any doping issues, they can go back on the flag of Russia again. So, watch the space.
Yeah. Well, the thing that made me interested me a bit was seeing some of the players who were involved, because you had players like Ilya Kovalchuk, Jonas Hiller. I thought, well, hang on a minute, I must be getting rusty on the NHL, because I thought some of those guys were still playing in the NHL. But the National Hockey League weren't letting players go over, or they were restricting players going over.
There wasn't that many missing, because I think if you look at the NHL this year, it's that tight at the top. You've got about 10 teams with an even-handed shot at if your results went the wrong way, you could end up slipping 10 points.
Sounds a bit like D1 and more so D2 this year.
Yes, yeah. So
we'll
I think
come on to that a bit later.
Hockey seems to have become a bit tighter.
Yeah.
Now coming on to D2.
Well.
You've got your little spreadsheets, haven't you?
Well, okay. If we're going to do that, then we shall do this, I think. Play this little piece of music. Because I've been doing me stats. For those of you out there who like a little bit of statistics.
This is Colin Stato Ellis.
Yes. Well, I did used to do game stats, where I used to take down goals and assists at games, so we could try and work out who got man of the match. Well, we have a very, very interesting turnip in the cabbage patch, as I sometimes say, regarding the positions of where all the teams are at the moment in the league. If we quickly have a look at the D2 North table, it looks a little bit more spread, but it's not, because you start basically the top 5 is the top 5 now. Yes. Based on numbers, it's 10 points difference between the Senators and the Aces, and I suspect that gap is going to be too hard for them to climb. But the Senators could still spoil the milk.
Yes. But
when you look, you've got Altrincham in 5th position on 43 points, Widnes in 4th on 44 points, Telford on 32 games and 46 points in 3rd, with Hull on 30 points and 46 points in 2nd, and topping the table on 30 games with 50 points of Sutton Sting. So, looking at my little set of numbers, and I'm not taking anything away from some of the teams, but my little table has worked out based on what I've called the gimme games, and I'm not belittling clubs in saying this, because ironically one of the teams that wouldn't necessarily say are gimme games are Bradford, but they've got the Sheffield Senators in their sort of draw towards the end of the season. But the main ones are, you've got Widnes have got the Dragons, Telford Tigers have got the Hawks, Sutton have got a game against the Hawks, the Jets have got one against the Hawks, the Aces have got one against the Dragons. And when you take the current points in the league and assume that those games are all wins for the top clubs, it's
very close.
The top 4 would be top of the table, the Sting, with the Tigers and Jets joint, with Hull in 4th, so Widnes in 4th, and the Aces 1 point behind in 5th. Ladies and gentlemen, this league is tight. Nobody can afford to slip up, can they?
No. You need to take your points against the teams that will probably do you most damage.
When you look at teams that have got a tough run out, one team that's got a very, very tough back-to-back run out are Hull Jets, who have the Aces away, then the Aces at home, then the Wild away, and then the Wild at home, followed by the Sting at home.
Yes, it's that is one of the toughest.
But no one's really got an easy draw now, especially Widnes, now that they've had that fixture change, because the 11th, 17th and 18th of March, it's Jets away, Aces away, Jets at home.
And you were saying there was
Is that right? Jets at home on the 18th? I thought it was Jets away on the 18th. I should double check that, ladies and gentlemen. I should just check that. I may have got that one mixed up. Jets... I've got that one muddled up. Sorry, it's Jets. We will confirm this properly later. It's Jets at home on the 11th, then Altrincham away, and
on the
Jets
18th, the whole Jets are away.
Yes, get that right. Just correct that on my little sheet. So, yes.
So watch this space.
Very, very much so. It's so tight to call. I think once we've got the weekend of the 11th out of the way, that is when we're going to get an idea of who's likely to be the top four.
Well, it's interesting to note at the weekend that Joe Greaves was back for the Aces.
Oh, was he?
Yeah. There's a couple of injury things to report from the Wild. Mr. Jackson's got a lower body injury.
Oh dear.
And I think the flu bug hit a lot of the players over the week. A bit similar to yours, really. Laid them quite low. They didn't look too well at all. And poor old Matty Croyle has been, I think he's only been over 2 weeks.
Oh dear. But
so he's not very well at all.
We'll say a massive, massive shout out to Tom McDonald.
Yep.
He's
Tom
stepped to the bridge.
Is the...
I don't know, he does
he's
it.
a consummate professional.
I don't know, he does it.
He hates letting in one goal. it really knocks him.
Well, that's called a goaltender.
Yes.
That's called a goaltender. Goaltenders don't like letting goals in. They beat themselves up if they let one in, never mind.
He was so annoyed last night.
Well,
can you flick up the game sheet for last night?
Where are we? We'll do it after we've got a little bit of music, I think.
Oh, yeah, a bit of music.
A little bit of music. I think a little bit of... Oh, yeah, let's have a little bit of Jen Hunt's favourite band. How about a little bit of Nickelback?
And now on Time to Go Wild Radio, it is time to sit back and relax and enjoy Mike Marr's Monday Mantra.
And we have 2 mantras this week. One covering the Coventry game. Coventry are a tricky team who don't stop working, but for us, we kept our title shot alive. We needed 4 points, and that's exactly what we did. We worked hard, keeping the play simple, and came away with the points. This week, however, Mike is a little more cutting. Last night's game, we were poor. We struggled to get going in the first and second periods, and as we always seem to underestimate the teams below us. We turned it on around in the third as we stepped it up a gear and started to be more clinical with our offensive opportunities. More from Mike Moore next week.
Join us again next week for more wise words on Mike Marr's Monday Mantra.
Well, some very interesting words there from Mike this week.
Yeah, there were. Yeah, it was to the point, I think. Ollie was fuming after the first and second period, and I think the line attack was red
for the first time in a couple of years now. I didn't make it to a Blackburn game.
Yeah, it was
saving my chest. But yes,
it was freezing
as usual.
The Blackburn netminder had quite a good game, as he always seems to do against us. Mr. Wilson, he really stands up, and it was tweeted that he does train on a regular basis with the Manchester Storm.
Good for him.
So hopefully, watch this space. He will be moving on from D2 to a higher league, hopefully.
Well,
Certainly seems to have the mental ability for it and the skill.
Well, in the subject of the Elite League, I found a couple of interesting newsy little items. And they're about changes that's going to be happening in the Elite League at the end of the season. And they're both coaching changes. So just in case you haven't caught up with them, for the Milton Keynes Lightning, head coach Peter Russell will be apparently is leaving at the end of the season after joining in 2015 and leading them to EPL, Cup and playoff title double back in 2016-17. He's decided to step down as coach at the end of the season, but he will be continuing on as GB head coach.
All right.
So
that's good.
And one that came as quite a bit of a surprise to me, and I hadn't realised he'd been there this long, but Nottingham Panthers head coach Corey Nielsen is apparently leaving this club at the end of the season. Yes. So after 12 seasons with the team, he joined back as a player in 2006, and with the club his honours are pretty good, I'll say that. 6 Challenge Cups, 4 playoffs, a IIHF Continental Cup in 2017, and the how can I put it? The Golden Chalice that the Nottingham Panthers had been chasing for forever and a day, and hadn't won, I can't remember for how many years. They finally did it in 2013. They won the top flight title, the Elite League title. So yes, changes at both Nottingham Panthers and the Milton Keynes Lightning, both going to be looking at new coaches for next year.
Yeah, could be some opportunities, isn't it?
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see what happens with those. And
coming on to a closer team to our hearts, the Manchester Storm.
Oh yeah,
seem to be doing very, very, very well this season.
Let us have a quick look.
I know Steve, who does the Twitter for us, follows them on a regular basis, goes to a lot of the games.
Well, here we go.
And on Saturday night, he said it was very quiet until about 2-3 seconds before the end of the match. And they had a fight.
Oh yeah.
Which carried on into the bit where they were going to have the handshakes.
Oh, lovely.
So the ref said, right, the handshakes, everyone off. So there was no handshakes after the match.
Oh dear.
So I think Cardiff didn't like it.
It was Cardiff. Oh yeah. I blame Bradforth. Sorry, he doesn't play for them anymore. So it's an old phrase we had when I used to be over in Hull. Whenever anything happened, we always had to blame Bradforth. I actually quite liked watching Cardiff back when Brad played for them, and Sylvain Cloutier played for Hull, because it was entertaining, because Sylvain didn't like Brad. It made for an interesting game. In terms of the Elite League, looking quickly at their table, sometimes it's weird to work out which is the one. There's the league table, and there's also the 3 conferences. And if I'm not mistaken,
Manchester are at the top of the Halton Conference.
Right. Well, we'll start with the league. Manchester are second at the moment in the league, behind the Cardiff Devils. Devils on 75 points, with Manchester on 65. So it's very much in Cardiff's hands this year, the title for the Elite League. And the conferences, they now have 3. 5 have been awarded the Gardner Conference title.
Have they?
Yeah.
Oh.
They've actually been awarded it now. I've got a funny, by looking at the Pattern Conference, which features Milton Keynes, Coventry, Guildford and Manchester, that's very much in Manchester's hands at the moment. And the Earhart Conference, which is Sheffield, Nottingham, Cardiff and Belfast, it's between Cardiff and Belfast.
At the moment, Belfast are in the lead.
But it's level points. So that one's tight, which isn't a surprise that it's going to be as tight as it is.
No.
But it's an interesting state of affairs there, the Elite League.
So how have Fife been awarded the title already then?
I think it's because they've actually done enough to win it. I don't think Braehead can overtake them. I'm not sure how it's played, but I think in the way in which I saw something about, I'm pretty sure I saw something in the news about Fife being awarded the the conference title. I may be mistaken. I thought I'd seen it. There we go. Dutium Hales Gardner Conference winning Flyers.
All right.
February 19th.
That's quite early, isn't it? Because you look at the Patton Conference, it doesn't seem as though Manchester can be caught.
No. So, well, we'll keep an eye out. We will keep you posted on that. But in a way, the league title that's more interesting for us has to be Laidler. NHL Division 2 North Laidler. And actually, I think I need to do... Where are we? This one, because it leads very nicely into talking about the league title. So don't forget to check out the Widnes Wild's website, www.widneswild.co.uk, for all of your Widnes Wild related topics, including merchandise, fixtures, podcast links, etc., and your own and loans, of which we still have 3 apparently left. Which
there's only 2 left.
Oh, is it 2? Is it 2?
Yes. Barry's away. He was gone.
Oh, it's now gone, because I checked just before we went on there and it was still available. So it's Nick Manning's warm-up and Kyle Haslam's warm-up. That's it. Your last chance to get them before the end of the season. And final one, for those of you who want to travel to Telford this Sunday. That's to Telford this Sunday on the bus. The bus leaves the rink at 2 p.m. sharp. So that's if you want to go to Telford, the bus will be leaving the rink at 2 p.m. sharp. Contact the Widnes Wild Supporters Club and check out all the social media pages for details on how to get on that if you're interested. So, Doug, plenty of fixtures to come up for the end of the season.
Oh, there's just a few. Alright, Saturday the 3rd of March, the Widnes Wild are away at the Deeside Dragons. On Sunday the 4th of March, the Widnes Wild have another away match, this time at the Telford Tigers. That one faces off at 6 o'clock. The ones with the Dragons the previous day faces off at 5:45. Excuse me. On Sunday the 11th of March, the Widnes Wild are at home to the Hull Jets, and that face-off is at 5:30. The following week, Saturday the 17th of March, another local match. The Widnes Wild are away at the Altrincham Aces. That starts at 7 o'clock. Quite a late one, that. On Sunday the 18th, the Widnes Wild women are at home to the Bracknell Firebees. That starts at 5:30. The men's team on the same night are away to the Hull Jets, which starts at 5:15. And then finally, on Sunday the 25th of March, the Widnes Wild are at home to the Sheffield Senators. It is our last league game, and that faces off at 5:30.
And of course, the big news that broke.
And then we have the EIHA NIHL North 2 Laidler playoffs will be held at the Planet Ice Widnes on the weekend of the 14th and 15th of April 2018. This will feature the top 4 sides from the Laidler N2 League. There are 2 semi-finals which are to be held on Saturday with face-offs at 4:30 and 7:30 respectively, and then there is a final on Sunday with a face-off at 5:30. The weekend pass is for £15 for adults and £8 for concessions. There are no day tickets initially on sale due to rink capacity. Fans will be taking a gamble if they wait and see if day tickets become available. Tickets are available from the Planet Ice Widnes, whether in person or over the phone or online. More details, see all the W's, widneswild.co.uk.
So yes, and this is why the league title, well, the top 4 is so tight this year. Everyone wants to be at Widnes for the playoffs. It's just so tight to call.
It will be very interesting. It's well, we know at least 2 teams are going to be there, don't we? we can say Sutton and Hull. For sure.
Yeah.
So people coming across from Hull, get your tickets early.
And bring your chip spice with you.
Oh, yes. And we do know people from Hull do listen because we've had them on the show.
By the way, that's not me saying that we don't want about a chip spice problem here. The problem is we can't easily get chip spice. Apparently there is a place in Widnes Market that does sell it, but just to make sure, if you don't feel as though you can't slip a tub of chip spice in your bag when you're coming over in the car, just to make sure everybody over here understands the concept of chip spice, please bring it.
And we're not creating a Kentucky Fried Chicken emergency here.
No. It's nothing to do with that.
Nothing to talk about. We do have chips, and we do have chip spice, but we may not have enough.
The one thing we don't have over here are patties. There's nothing quite like going to All Electric on Bev Road and having patty and chips with scraps. Oh, artery hardening in a bag. It's lovely. But anyway...
Well, moving on swiftly and with style.
I think it's time for a quick break, just to catch our breath. I think we've had a bit of Nickelback. How about a bit of Van Halen, do something a little bit different?
Yes, very good.
Bit of Van Halen, you really got me, yes. It's a bit of a different version, isn't it? And so we come to that part of the day when it's quiz time. Courtesy of eiha.co.uk. Hashtag Team Stripies, it's You Make the Call. Going back to the 13th of February, we'll do a quick recap on what was in that week's You Make the Call. So the first question was, under EIHA in-house rules, what are the coaching requirements on game day for EIHA sanctioned games, Doug?
Right, the minimum bench coach requirements at the start of the game is a level 2 coach plus a level 1 coach, or there's a new thing where you can have a level 2 coach plus the manager.
And if the level 2 coach is ejected from the game,
the minimum age to be in charge of the bench is 18. So...
But a manager cannot take over the bench unless they have completed an additional training.
So they basically got to be a coach.
Yeah, they've got to have a bench manager's qualification.
Yes.
So, yes, there's a couple more to that one, but basically you've got to have 2 coaches, a level 1 and a level 2, or the level 1 and 2 equivalents. For question 2, under EIHA in-house rules, what leagues are player coaches permitted in? I think we got this one pretty much.
We did. We were spot on with this one, didn't we?
Yeah.
Player coaches are only permitted in the following leagues: NIHL, WBL, WPL, WD1, REC, and BU.
Yes, the University. British Universities Ice Hockey Association.
Yes, British University, yeah.
And the final one was under EIHA in-house rules, what happens if a level 2 coach is ejected from the game?
So if for any reason the level 2 coach gets thrown out of the game, there must be a still qualified coach physically on the bench, even if this means that the player coach is now unable to play. He has to stay on the bench.
Yeah.
A game must be completed with a level 1 coach on the bench as long as they are aged 18 or over on the day of the game.
So basically, if your level 1 coach is your player coach, your level 2 gets thrown out, your level 1 sits on the bench.
Yep.
So yes. And so, here we go. Now, we come on to the February 23rd's You Make the Call, courtesy again of eiha.co.uk, Team Stripies, and this one is an interesting little set of questions. During a penalty shot, what side of the ice should the referee stand? Now I'm wondering, is that goalie's catcher side or goalie's blocker side?
Interesting. I'm trying to recall when I seen a penalty shot on which side they stood.
Yeah, I've filmed many.
I think it is on catcher side.
You think it's on the catcher side? I'm trying to think if it would be catcher or blocker. And I thought it might be blocker because of the obstruction. So we've gone a 50-50 on that. Any ideas, answers on a postcard? Drop us a quick text.
Yeah, I'm just trying to remember the last one I saw, which was Kenny's.
Yeah. If you want to get us a quick shout, if you think you know the answer, you can drop us a quick text 07716 672 874 if you think it's blocker side or you think it's catcher side. The reason I say that is because different goalies play different way round. Right, question 2. If the netminder leaves his crease before the shooter has touched the puck on a penalty shot, what should the referee do? I know this one.
Call him back.
You redo the penalty shot. Because if I'm not mistaken, a certain Joy Johnson did this in the Olympics in a penalty shot. Or it was either a penalty shot or a shootout, and I think it was Joy, and they redid a penalty shot because I think the goalie moved too soon.
Yeah.
And I know it was a gutsy call, but yeah, it was done right. And the final one. If the netminder repeats their action of leaving the crease before the shooter has touched the puck on a penalty shot for a third, so it must be a third time, what should the referee do?
Call a penalty.
I'd probably say penalty goal.
Is it a penalty goal, or if they have a substitute netminder, swap the netminder?
Maybe, but I've got a funny feeling they could award a penalty goal. I'm going for penalty goal.
First 2 are warnings, presumably. So third time, yeah.
Because
penalty goal.
Penalty shot. You get a penalty goal because of it. That's my gut feeling on that one.
I know we have. I'm looking at the people who's listening to us at the moment. I know there are 2 netminders in that group. So hopefully one of us can contact us before the end of the show.
Yeah, if you want to do it the quickest way, drop us a quick text 07716 672 874. The phone's in front of me. You don't worry about TTGWE on it. The phone's right in front of me. It'll cost you the same as texting your mate. And let us know your thoughts, because we do like to know what you're thinking out there. It's an interesting. I think we've had some fantastic ones in that this year. Now, we'll be back with more of those towards the end of the season. Now, the end of the season. Let's have a quick talk playoffs. Get your requests in for tickets now. Come on, everyone. Let's make this an event to remember. It's the where are we? 14th and 15th of April at Planet Ice Widnes. It's going to be a fun-packed weekend.
And we do know we have listeners from all through the hockey clubs in the Northwest who take part in our league. So let's have some people from Bradford come along, and people from any of the other, Senators,
D-side,
anyone, Blackburn.
We want it to be a nice, fun party atmosphere. We want as many people there. It doesn't matter. It could be Manchester Storm fans. It doesn't matter. Just come and get a quick hockey fix over at Widnes that weekend and cheer on a couple of teams. I
remember last year when we went to Sheffield, Whitley Bay brought a whole contingent, and they hadn't qualified. So that shows true passion for the sport. So it's not too far for anyone to travel these days.
No.
So come across on the semi-final day.
Yeah, plenty of parking, plenty to eat, plenty to do. Cinema, bowling. There's retail parks,
eateries around.
Little retail park over the way. There's a carvery. So it's not as though we're short of stuff over in Widnes for things to do. And there's also a place like Catalyst Museum if you want a little bit of a break and a little change of scene. It's a surprise. You'd be surprised what Widnes has to offer. It surprises me. As you can tell, my coffee's still with me, but no fret, we're battling through here. Now, to be honest, looking at the price, £15 for adults for 3 games.
That's very reasonable.
That's cheap. That's very, very cheap. £5 a game.
I know last year it was double that. Really, we only wanted to watch 3 games, so you can say it cost you double last year, and we had to go all the way to Sheffield to watch it. So we've got home ice,
and of course there's places to stay because it's Premier Inn, isn't it? Right,
Travel Lodge, Premier
Inn, right by the right next door to the rink. So yes, here we do. We're doing plenty of plugging here. Now, I think it's only fair in our last few minutes that I do something that I haven't done for a wee while. Just let me press the right button. And it's a quick shout out to all the sponsors who are on our website for the Widnes Wild on www.widneswild.co.uk. We have Umami, who've done the stuff for the Wild website, HPT Hemsec Panel Technologies, the UK Sepsis Trust, who have been sponsoring the sin bins this year, Top Print, who've been looking after a lot of the merchandise, Sprakes and Son Limited of Widnes,
of whom their son
Mr. Barry
is now the netminder,
Mr. Barry Spriggs, and of course our title sponsor RTL Recycle Technology Limited, of which a certain member of them is here with me in the studio every week. So yes, and of course a big shout out to everybody who's been involved in sponsorships and look after 50/50 ticket sales.
Well, the 50/50 ticket sellers need a special mention because I think every week seems to be higher.
Well, you know,
it's a phenomenal amount. I think the last one was £125. That's not a sum to be sniffed at.
Not really. Ladies and gentlemen, I'll put it to you this way: when you think of the typical crowd in Widnes as a sellout, is somewhere. Matt will probably buzz me in a sec to confirm this, but we'll say, for sake of argument, 350 to 370 as for the seating.
Yeah.
If you think of that, and the odds of playing when you play the lottery, and you can come in, and a 50/50 is somewhere around the region of £100. There you go. Do the odds. Put in £1, you could come out
1 in 3.
£100 better off.
1 in 3 chance of winning.
You know, you don't get those kinds of odds on the lottery, do you?
No, that's good.
And the money is going to a good cause because you see the lads out on that ice pad and they give their all. Now, I'm going to quickly talk Olympics just before we have a quick shout out, because I caught I think it's Dave Woods or Woodsy, one of our freestyle skiers. He didn't quite make the medals, and a massive shout out to every single Olympian. Doesn't matter which country you're from, every Olympian, you've been fantastic, because it's been a pleasure to watch any of the events. I mean, the ones I've enjoyed are like the snowboard cross and the big air and the half pipe. And Woodsy turned round and he didn't make a medal, and in an interview he said, I didn't make a medal. All I'm proud of in myself is I went out, I put on a show. As long as I feel as though I've done the best I can. As long as everyone enjoyed what I've done what I can. And you know what? That, for me, is a sportsman.
It is, yeah.
Or
and he's gone there for the right reasons.
Yeah. You know, you can't. For somebody to go out and they've given what I'm watching some of those guys on that half pipe with the skis. I like watching that one with the skis and the snowboards and some of the tricks. And the guy who got the gold medal was like, he crashed on 2 runs and then nailed his final run. The commentators were just going out of their mind. And then you look at like the 2 girls on the luge.
Yes. And we like to.
The skeleton. Get it right,
yes,
the skeleton.
Yeah. I'd like to mention as well the two African nations, or a couple of the African nations who were taking part.
Yes,
for the first time.
I saw the Nigerian bob.
Yeah, the Nigerian bob, and the Jamaicans came in second to last, but apparently their coach took their sled home just before they started, which I think was rather strange. But there we go.
Yeah.
So it just shows that you don't have to have snow naturally where you live. You can manufacture it and still take part.
Well, anyone who's watched Cool Runnings, exactly. There you go. Well, that's it for another Time to Go Wild Radio. We will all be back, health defying, be here next week with a roundup of the weekend and week's hockey news, views and everything. In the meantime, get yourself along to a game. This week, yes, we're on the road. It's Deeside or Telford. Try and make one. Be loud and proud for the lads, or whichever team you support. Be loud and proud for your team. That's what we want. We want to make this an exciting run out for the last part of this season, for the 2017-18 season, don't we?
It is. It's probably one of the most exciting seasons we've had.
Oh yeah.
And I think from that point of view, everyone needs to be commended in bringing up the sport.
Right.
I mean, it's the level this year is far and beyond. I mean, you look at the two new teams who've taken part now, Deeside and Blackburn.
Oh.
They've just excelled, and okay, they don't win much, but they turn up every week, and they are definitely getting better.
Oh, I mean, chatting with Josh Humphreys the other day after the Wild played Deeside, the score didn't reflect very well, but you could see that those Deeside lads went out and played their hearts out. And there were times where the game was slow, but there were other times where that game pace was really up there, and they didn't give up. Right up to the final buzzer, did not give up, and that's all we can ask for. Whoever's out there, I just want to see a good game of hockey and people enjoying themselves. So, be loud and proud for your team, whichever team you are, across the country. If you've got any messages for us, drop them through Facebook, facebook.com/TTGW Radio, radio@widneswild.co.uk, or twitter.com/TTGW, TTGW Radio, and we also have the text 07716 672 874. Don't forget you can use that. So, from Doug,
good night.
And from me, I'm back on Thursday. So till then, ta-ra.